All right, traders, welcome back. We're episode 73 with Trade Talk, Pippin and Easy. Connor, welcome.
Thank you, Scotty. Just when I thought my day couldn't get any better, here I am talking to you. How are you, sir?
Look, I'm very well. And guys, in the background, we had our struggles to get this up. I think it might have been my end in the end. I'm not sure, but I've got an old laptop, but we got it working. We're on Zoom, so you're looking clearer as well, Connor. So
We
look,
had our struggles to get things up. That's
well,
what she
it
said.
it we persisted. We did, and I hope people are finding it entertaining. But all right, so guys, the risk disclaimer will be at the start of the video. That's what you just saw. I'm going to put that in, so we don't need to do that. So we've got what I've
All
got
right,
here. I've got the Euro US dollar. So this is you've been short for some time, and I've got the daily up, and it was that big bearish candle. That was your entry, wasn't it? The really.
yes, that was with my handy dandy ruler here. That was 35 days ago, Scotty. I still haven't broke even yet. So, no one can't say I don't have patience. Patience is a virtue, clearly, and I've put my stop loss above the big bearish candle, and I'm just waiting, and I'm not expecting a lot.
It's been very, like, to me, just if we disregard the rest of what happened, it bounced and then it failed again. So I like the entry. Like, if people are sort of more daily chart traders, you could see the context there. It's pretty valid entry. So, and it's just really, and then everything, the US dollar was looking like it was, going to remain strong against the euro. And then it's just sort of, I guess it's reflective of what's been happening. Like Donald Trump will say something, and then, there's trade tensions and whatever, and this happens, and there's meetings, and it's just sort of, there's been very mixed bag of, things going on in the world, and it's just no one's really had any conviction to, send this lower. But recently, though, that's looking semi-interesting. Like on the daily chart, you've got that bearish kangaroo tail 3 candles ago, and now these couple of bearish candles here. So, but it is in a range. Like I've got the daily chart up, and it's not.
I like how you're dressing it up, Scotty.
I am. I'm really.
It looks dismal for me. But thank you for trying to shed a little bit of light into my life. However, look, I took the trade, and this is one of the great things about trading the daily, is you just sort of set and forget, and you don't care. And once you get stopped out, you kind of just go, oh yeah, that was a while ago, and move on. However, I find if you start to trade the lower time frames, you can really get involved in that emotional game when maybe you're getting stopped out 2, 3, maybe 4 times a day, and that
Yeah.
can really start to wreak havoc. Whereas then also too, for those who are new to trading, this is where you seem to get your trends going, because one candle represents one day. So there's a lot more, conviction in one candle, because it's saying when you see a bearish candle, you're saying the bears took hold of the market for that whole day.
Yeah, this is significant. And then it sort of did bounce a little bit, but then it looked like it wanted to fail a few days later again. And it's just been stubborn. But, like you said, you just sort of set and forget, and there's no real stress involved. If you are finding stress to the traders out there, you're probably putting too much risk on as well. So, but that's the euro, and who knows where it's going to go. I mean, it seems to really want to hold a nice range, so it's yes, frustrating, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
How's the yen trade? How's the yen trade going?
All right, let's get that up now, guys. So USD yen, I bought that yesterday, late-ish yesterday on the 1st of August. So I got in. The entry wasn't great. I rated it 2 out of 5. But I took less risk on it. So it sort of hit 112.13, and then it's dropped down very close to hitting the stop loss, to be honest. So had been uptrending, survived that, and now it's pretty sideways. Like I've got the 1 hour up, and there was that wiki candle that nearly caught the stop. I didn't even see that. I was in bed. I sort of, I set the trade and, forget about it. I don't really want to interfere, especially with moving stops. Like when it's in losing, I don't close the trade out early. And now it's just wafting along sideways, and particularly
It's not
uneventful.
looking too bad on the daily, Scotty.
Yeah, that's
Go.
what. See that big candle there on the daily. I got in a few pips above the close there of that
Yep.
big bullish candle. So that's and then the second day yesterday was pretty neutral, that daily candle, and then today it's sort of like, well, we'll see what happens during the New York session, but the stop was a bit high just because of where the moving averages were. So there's not too much risk on. I'm comfortable with with it. So it's just sort of, I just thought I'd take a stab at it. But yeah, like you said, it's been a bit challenging because the trends have been particularly uneventful recently. So we'll see.
Yeah, with Friday tomorrow too, there could be a little bit of unpredictability. People,
Yes.
they're closing off trades. Sometimes some funny sort of reversals happen on a Friday. Then it takes off about Tuesday. Monday can be slow. Tuesday, Wednesday can start to go the other direction again. But looking at this daily, it's got a pretty strong trend upwards. The 4 hourly, it's looking like a bit of funny business, but you've got your stop losses in place, and it should be all right for you.
Yeah, like you said on the euro, you just sort of let it do its thing, and if you can't let it do the thing that you've tested, guys, I would say you've probably got too much risk on. You just need to review. That's probably the usual issue. Now, what I'll do here is I've got the AUDCAD up as well. So there were 2 trades. Really, the USD was probably one I should have let go. So, but the AUDCAD has actually broken down a little bit now. So I'm about 0.75 return now. So I can't move the stop loss quite yet. At risk was 37 pips, and it's at 25 pips now. So again, the stop was a little bit tight, just where the moving average was. So yeah, 35 pips at risk, and it's at 27 pips now. So smaller range I've got to deal with. So we'll just see what it does. But yeah, and then once the stop's moved, really you just sort of let it go and see what happens. So, but no, I wasn't sure. Off air we were talking back testing, guys. So we do a lot of back testing, and Connor's been doing a 15-minute time frame sort of thing. Now, did you want to, if I was to bring the euro up on the 15-minute, this is all unplanned, we could maybe discuss any potential sort of, because I know looking at the forums and things like on Facebook and, LinkedIn and whatever, there's a lot of people that focus on the lower time frame. So I've got the euro up here on the 15-minute. How would you sort of structure a trade? Like if you were looking at it currently right now, the euro US dollar, is there any setup there currently that you see potentially?
Well, look, there's a couple of setups. I mean, hindsight's a great thing, but off some of these candles, because there's been such low volatility and wiki candles, off these ones that break through, there's been some real opportunities to take these breakouts. I don't like to trade when there's big candles, big bearish candles, and big bullish candles, because even if there are like significant sort of size candles, because even if there is a breakout on the 15-minute chart, as you would know, and for the viewers at home who don't, they run out of steam a lot more than when there's a breakout on, say, the daily or 4 hourly. Some of these breakouts on the daily and 4 hourly can really, if you catch hold of it, you could take your profits for the year, because they tend to go up so much. Some of them, these trades seem to just, a breakout doesn't have as much conviction, and they can reverse pretty easy, I find, on the 15-minute chart. That has been my experience so far.
Yeah. So what kind of sort of saying is, if you do see a candle where you're like, oh, this could move, you've got to be a little bit mindful of a potential quick, reversal back again. So, so right now, looking at that, there's no real setup there. What about that big bearish candle? It was about 4 candles ago. Would that have been a sell signal or
no? Because see the candles next to it, even though they're wiki, they're quite big.
Mm-hmm.
And can you see probably 5 candles up, there was another sort of big engulfing candle?
Oh, yes, right there.
The smaller wicks there?
Yeah, I see that.
Like the candles are quite small, and it shows that there's no volatility. I like to look for candles like that. If you go even further up the chart where you can see where there's been some breakdown sort of style candles, they've got quite big candles next to some of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be interested in those.
So right there, that candle you just discussed, that was a potential sell. Would the stop go above the high there, that wick?
Yes,
As the stop?
just the higher the wick,
Yeah.
and then I'd take a 1-to-1. So the one I'm talking about is about 13 candles ago.
Yeah, I see that. That's pretty, and it
Yeah.
completely engulfs that little bullish candle there.
Now, this is all hindsight, Scotty, so it's great. I mean, that's actually a personal pet hate of mine when people get on YouTube and start to talk about how great some of these trade setups would have been.
Yeah, that's right. It is.
With all the candles in front. But, you know, why you've put me on the spot and we're just talking about it, that would be an ideal candle there.
And it has to sort of be trending on the 1 hour as well. So if you go to the, that doesn't, not necessarily.
No, I don't care about that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, just, a point of conversation. So if you are looking at going lower time frame, strongly suggest you backtest your strategy. So don't just, jump in on advice from other people, because like you'll quickly find out, as Connor has sort of warned, that, things won't be so, flowing. So you might have a nice setup, but then it'll quickly bounce back, just because a lot can happen in 15 minutes is quite quick for a candle. So, there'll be, 10 pips here, 10 pips up. So you got to be a little bit mindful of that. So please, if you are looking to, do that, test a strategy without risking real money straight away is probably, the big, because you can quickly, like you said, Connie, you can have a few losers in a row. And you're like, wow, like that sort of, and if your risk management's all off, you can really start, getting into a bit of a bad way where you're sort of trading, to get the money back, and you're revenge trading. And so, yeah.
Look, my advice for people starting off would be get Forex Tester 3.
Yeah.
Test a simple strategy using either the daily chart or the 4-hourly, and look for trends, because just to start off with, because you can really catch on to, I think any dummy just on Forex Tester can really catch on to some strong trends.
Yeah.
And then learn your risk management as well at the same time. So how much you're willing to risk.
Yeah.
And then you try and get onto a demo account or something like that. But I think if you're starting off, especially if you're learning off people off YouTube, they'll tell you some simple strategy and tell you it's 80% win rate, which doesn't happen. And everyone seems to do it. Everyone seems to lie and say it's 80%. Maybe they're afraid people won't watch their videos, Scotty. I don't know. But try and just try and figure out what a trend, you're going to trade to your beliefs anyway. Figure out what a trend is. Then maybe start to take some, learn some exit strategies. Look for a 5-to-1, a 10-to-1.
That's
like
right.
if you sooner or later you're going to catch onto a trend. You know what I mean? It's whether or not you can handle it in the markets being that patient. But on Forex Tester, you can really start to see how you can make some profit, just by pressing the space bar and go, oh yeah, this is what happens when you catch onto a trend. Waiting for it in the market, another story.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So it quickly happens in Forex Tester. So you just hold the space, and it's, a one-off thing. Like if you don't want I think they do charge a subscription fee for the 1 minute, but you people that are learning, you guys don't need the 1 minute time frame stuff straight away. Just learn on the daily. That's just a one-off fee that you have to pay, and that's it. So there's no monthly data fee or anything like that. So it's worth, looking into at least anyway. But I think we're 40 minutes in. Was there anything else you wanted to touch upon, Connor?
No, just keep listening to us, guys. We're going to be bringing out another Scam Watch soon. You're going to be just learning how to look for the snakeskin.
Yeah. Yes.
Oil pictures.
I've accumulated. Yes, you're right, Connor. Yeah, we are going to bring out another Scam Watch, because it there's a lot going on with that. So
so look, some are novel, some people seem to be a bit more serious, but either way they all follow the same pattern.
They do.
And we just expose some of the patterns and things you should be looking for, but that'll be another video, Scotty.
That's right. And also we have an author potentially as well. So he got in touch with me last week. Exciting stuff. I'll keep everyone updated though. Not next week, maybe not. We'll see. But that is also to come as well. Andre, so he's written an excellent book as well. Well, it's not out yet though. So, but anyway, that's in the pipeline as well. So I think we'll finish on that. Connor, thank you again for joining me and all the tech bugs we had to deal with as well. Oh dear.
No, thank you.
All right, thanks guys. And happy trading. Bye for now. See you, Connor.
Bye.